So I made a whole video already just like 10 minutes ago about what tech school is like. I was going through it and it was garbage, so we're gonna try this again. So tech school, let's start with what it is, right? So basic training is 2 months long. I'm sure you know that by now. And when you get out, you're gonna obviously need to be trained on your job. And the length of that tech school will completely depend upon what job you're going to be doing. Some tech schools are as long as 6+ months, mine was 6 months long, and some are as short as a couple weeks, and it really just depends on what career field you're going into. If you ever want to know how long your tech school is, there's actually a great website. If you Google your AFSC, which is like your MOS if you've never heard of an AFSC, there's a website that'll come up called The Balance. That's the one you want. If you scroll down, it'll tell you how long your tech school is for a lot of jobs, and I found that it's generally pretty accurate. You're gonna finish basic training, and you're gonna finish your Airman's Week, and that's when you're gonna get your cell phone back. They're gonna load you on a bus and bus you out to one of the tech schools that the Air Force has, or fly you depending on where you're going for your tech school. There's a couple that are kind of a ways away. Generally, if you're going to the one in Mississippi or anywhere in Texas, Oklahoma, they're gonna bus you. And some of the other ones, they'll fly you out. And once you get there, it's not at all like how it was in basic training when you arrive. We thought it was going to be. And I remember sitting on the bus and watching the sergeant climb up the stairs. The only thing missing was the Smokey the Bear hat, because I remember the first night of basic training watching that come up the stairs like this. She stepped up and she was like, "Okay, welcome everybody. If you could please exit the bus." And I was like, "What?" And it was almost loud because she wasn't yelling. I was totally expecting something different. When you first get there, expect just a lot of briefings, a lot of hurry up and wait. You're going to be really tired because you've gotten up real early to leave for tech school. And from there, you're going to be put into that initial phase of tech school called BTP. Now, granted, everything that I'm telling you now may have changed somewhat since I went through. Also, each tech school is a little bit different in how they structure things, but generally speaking, BTP, your basic transition phase, is a phase that everyone's going to be in when they get there. You're going to be expected to march everywhere you go during the duty day. You're not going to be allowed to leave base. You can't stay in hotels or something like that on the weekend. It's the more restrictive phase, and they do what's essentially like a gradual. You gradually regain your privileges back, because the next phase is called ITP. In that phase, you gain some more of the standard privileges. For us, we didn't have to march to class, although that really just depends on your tech school. So don't anticipate not ever marching, because you might have to, because I heard now they have to again. But we didn't have to march to class. You can stay somewhere off base on the weekends within a certain radius. There were a couple other privileges. I won't dive too much into those because they'll brief you on those. There is a third phase called ATP that most people won't reach unless your tech school is really long. Again, they'll tell you more about those when you're there. Class will generally run kind of like a normal school day, Monday through Friday. Ours was about, I think it was 7 to 4-ish. And again, it'll depend on your tech school. And it's the main emphasis there is teaching you. There's less of there's very, if at all, any yelling or anything like that. Honestly, I don't remember too much yelling unless you screw up, because you're held to the same standards you were in basic training, without the holding your hand type thing of getting yelled at constantly and always being corrected. They'll still correct you, but it's more about you learning how to do your job at this point and carry on the things that you learned from basic training. PT will run, again, it varies by tech school and career field. Our PT ran Monday through Friday, and we would alternate run days and strength days. During the summer months, our PT was at 3:45. I had to get up at 3:45 in the morning for PT. And during the winter months, it was changed to after class, so we'd have it later in the afternoon. Both have pros and cons. I will tell you, when it's in the afternoon, you really don't have much free time, because you're going to be getting, finally done with everything 7 o'clock or so, 6, 7 o'clock after dinner. Which brings me to free time. A huge thing in tech school is try to stay as involved as you can with things going on, whether that's just hanging out with your friends. I know a lot of people are tempted to just kind of chill in the room, not really do anything, and that's fine too if that's how you roll. I just know for myself, it made tech school by a lot faster if you try to meet people, try to hang out with some people. I was separated from my wife while I was there, so that sucked really badly, but having some people I met there and hanging out with them, that made time go by a lot faster. I was 25 when I went through, so I didn't feel like I fit in very much sometimes. Not that I was necessarily more mature than anybody else, because I'm definitely still 15. I would suggest just stay out of trouble as much as you can, because it really can screw over the rest of your career. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people forgot that this is kind of like a long-term thing, at least 4 or 6 years, depending on your contract. So the decisions you make in tech school really do stick with you as you go on to your next duty station and affect whether or not you can do things like recruiter's assistance, or definitely don't fail your PT test, because that will also hold you way back and it kind of sucks. But overall, tech school wasn't bad. As far as what to expect, just expect a lot of work. The food was awesome though. The food is so good. I'm gonna put a picture here right now of what the food looked like. Like, I had so much steak. I had so many freaking, like, holy cow, man. They had that juice machine where it's like 20,000 different juices, which I think there were like 6, but it might as well have been. And they had barbecue ribs all the time and Pop-Tarts galore, man. I had so many Pop-Tarts, because you can bring snacks to class, and so I, at least from our career field, I brought so many Pop-Tarts to class. Went to a Luke Bryan concert in Dallas. Just try to get involved as much as you can. Like I said, I can't stress that enough. When tech school is over, you'll have your graduation, and as far as figuring out where your first duty station is, you'll figure that out usually during tech school, towards the beginning of tech school. I found out about a month after I got there where I was headed. And once you head out of tech school, that's something they'll explain everything to you. I could make a video on it, but because it changes so much, I really don't want to. Because I could tell you how my experience was leaving tech school, but it may vary from yours. I just realized that mirror is reflecting. You know what'd be crazy is if while I was talking you saw something in the, like somebody walking, like you know what I mean, like the curtain moves, but I don't notice it. It's Halloween in like 2 days. Hopefully that helps. Again, a quick run through. There's a couple other videos on tech school on YouTube. I didn't want to kind of beat a dead horse, so let me know if you have any specific questions. My goal is always to respond to your question within the hour if I can, because I'll get a notification on the phone. But don't have my phone on me, I'll hit you up after work. But thanks again for watching, and take care.
First night in jail with Charlie, it sounds a little crazy, a little scattered and absurd, but that's what you get when you play a country song backwards. Bridget.